What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the best starter Pokemon to choose in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So I'm going to be talking about, well, firstly, kind of the beginning of the game, what you're going to be doing in the beginning of the game, the first couple gym leaders, also talking about the Pokemon themselves, obviously the three starters, and then also talking about their final evolutions, what they kind of are at the end, when they get to level 35, and which one ultimately is the best. Now, to start this, I do want to start this off by just kind of doing a disclaimer. The game overall is not that difficult. The game overall is it's not hardcore. It's also not like insanely laid back, but you would be fine choosing any of the three Pokemon. So I don't want people like freaking out or thinking like there's one that's just far and away the best one. I do think there is the best overall starter Pokemon, but I don't think there's that much that separates one from another. So if you end up, my basic point is, if you end up picking one that I don't say is the best one, it's totally cool. Again, all three of them all actually have their own strengths and weaknesses, and you're completely fine with it. So obviously to start, you have Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. And I think the game overall, the first four gym leaders generally make it the easiest if you pick one of Grookey or Scorbunny. You're going to have an overall easier time handling them just because of the type of Pokemon they actually have. Now, as the game progresses, as you get on to like the 6th, 7th, 8th gym, things start to change up, and it also depends on which version you have. The variations of which gym leader it actually is and which a Pokemon type they have or which one they kind of specialize in, that'll change as you start moving up in these gyms. But also you have to remember, by the time you get to that point, you're going to have other Pokemon. These three in general don't have to be your main go-to Pokemon. I mean, yeah, they're your starters, but they don't have to be who you completely rely on for good. At the same time, again, they're all very, very strong in their own ways. Now, when they get to level, so in the beginning of the game, if you want the easiest like transition into this game, the first, I'd say, half of this game, probably Grookey or Scorbunny is the strongest. Fire types, and especially this game, and really a lot of Pokemon games, generally have very, very strong attacks, and they generally do really, really well with attacking. They're one of the more powerful Pokemon. So Scorbunny, I have seen across the internet, a lot of people have picked him as their first one, and he does seem like the favorite to choose to begin with. I think when it gets to the final form, right? Again, when they all get to level 35, they'll become their final evolution. Grookey becomes Rillaboom. I'm just going to go over quickly what they become. Scorbunny becomes Cinderace, and Sobble becomes Inteleon. Now, in my opinion, and from everything that I've seen, honestly, I feel like Sobble is the weakest one. Some of his things, when he gets to the final evolution, are the best. His special attacks are the absolute best. So you have to kind of use him more strategically. I feel like if you're looking for, I guess, the biggest challenge in a Pokemon game, again, the game isn't all that hard, but if you're looking for maybe the toughest time where you have to use your wits the most out of all of these Pokemon, I feel like Sobble is that one. I feel like really from start to finish, especially in the early game, there's not like the other two. It's not that Sobble's bad. That's basically what I'm trying to say. It's not that Sobble's bad, but from the beginning of the game on, it's just easier to use the other two. The game kind of rewards those first two a little bit more than Sobble. And again, when you get to the end, a very, very fast Pokemon, I believe the quickest of the three. And again, the special attacks are very, very strong. But in terms of his regular attacks and in terms of his defense, he's very, very weak. So again, it depends on how you use him. It's all about how you use Pokemon in general in this game. And again, it's not just these three Pokemon, but Sobble, I feel like overall is the weakest choice / the hardest choice to play in this game. And by the way, I'm actually playing as Sobble myself. So it's not that I'm not even taking my own advice here. I just really like how Sobble looks. I love water in general, so I'm a sucker for water type Pokemon, so I chose Sobble. And again, when it comes to Scorbunny and Grookey, it's kind of a toss of the hat. In my opinion, I feel like Scorbunny's final evolution is the strongest of the characters, okay? I feel like if you're looking for just dominant strength, like it's literally like attack and just decimating your enemies with attacks, I feel like Scorbunny is your go-to. And again, when looking at those two, as their base type, Scorbunny and Grookey, they're both very, very easy to use throughout the game itself. So neither of them you're really doing wrong, but if you want the most powerful, I do believe Scorbunny becomes, it's not even a belief, I mean, mean, he just is the most powerful of them. He's actually one of the most powerful Pokemon in the game as well. When it comes to Grookey, however, I quickly want to throw in my hat here because in my own personal opinion, I would give it to Grookey. If we're doing a spoiler of who I think the best Pokemon or best starter Pokemon is in this game, I give it to Grookey. Rillaboom isn't as powerful as Scorbunny's main or evolution character. However, Rillaboom is, I believe, the most overall well-rounded character. Very, very strong in pretty much everything. Like, he does have weaknesses, but they're not as glaring. And that Scorbunny has that as well, by the way. Scorbunny's final evolution also kind of has the same problems as Sobal's. So you're getting a very, very powerful character with Scorbunny, especially towards the end. Whereas with Sobel, it's all about how you use him, mainly, again, with special attacks. Scorbunny is very, very powerful, but he does have glaring weaknesses, especially in his final evolution. I feel like with Rillaboom, Grookey's final evolution, it's just a little bit better, well-rounded. So an overall more well-rounded character, I think from start to finish. And again, the game really prioritizes, in my opinion, playing as those two, especially those first 4 gyms. And again, it doesn't really matter which of those two you have, but when you get down to it, I think he is the absolute, I think he's the best. I think overall, he gives you the best chance of pretty much doing anything in this game. Is he the most fun to play? Is Grookey, like, I feel like most people are going to look at the list and pick Scorbunny. I feel like Scorbunny has been like that #1 person or Pokemon that people have wanted to play. I feel like in terms of popularity, it does go Scorbunny, Grookey, and Sobel. In my opinion, I think Grookey, again, Final Evolution is the more well-rounded, but I don't think you can really do wrong with either of those two characters. Sobel really is the odd Pokemon out. That's no big deal. Again, I'm playing as the Pokemon Sobel myself. I completely like it. It's totally fine. I'm enjoying myself. I just feel like it's a little bit more of a drop compared to the other two. And again, final time, they're just 3 Pokemon. You can only get one. The other one is actually going to go to your arch rival, the one that actually you do the best against. And the other one will go to Leon, who's actually giving you like the option of actually picking them. So, you know, the other ones still exist in the world. You're not like banishing them forever, but that is what happens to the other one. So final verdict, I do think that Grookey/Rillaboom, if you're looking at the final evolution, feel like it's the most casual. It's the easiest overall time to get from start to finish in this game. Scorbunny would be next. However, powerful-wise or like power level-wise, Scorbunny would be #1. And if you want the biggest challenge in a game that honestly is not all that challenging, I feel like Sobel would be your pick. So guys, let me know in the comments below, which starter are you picking for Pokemon Sword and Shield? Which version do you have, Sword or Shield? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel Podcast Now. Hit that bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And we're going to have several videos talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield over the next several days leading into next week. So if you guys are interested in this game, we're going to be talking quite a lot about it. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you all on the next video.